What up, world? It's your boy Mark Walter Ward, Super Fast Show, Super Fast Network. Today we got with us on the day of releasing his big single "Feelings" featuring EST Gee and Rick Ross, DaBoyDame from the Bay Area. There's many ways you could describe this man. So for now, before he explains it to us, we just gonna call him the plug. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. How you doing today?
Chilling, chilling. Man, I got to salute you for the pay the full thing for the video. What made you decide to go with that?
Yeah, man. I feel like Paid in Full is like a national treasure, like getting money, representing the culture. And I'm from Oakland, and sometimes we get this rap of like, the Hyphy movement and all the dancing and shit. But like I said in the song, like I come from Lil D, you know what I'm saying? Like these was our Paid in Full characters, but these dudes didn't tell. These dudes didn't kill each other. You know what I'm saying? Like they all did their time, 20, 30 years, 28, 30 years, and they came home, honorable men. So I kind of wanted to just pay homage to those dudes, Lil D, Black, Big E, like I'm shouting out my big homie Smitty, my big cousin Clep, like these dudes is like older than me, some is super older than me, but like that was our Paid in Full when Oakland was about getting money, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, nah, bro, I can totally relate. I'm from DC. I know the people that shot Cameron basically, because you know the real version came down DC. Well, one of the characters came down DC and got their head bust, and the other one went and but yeah, DC was I guess our most famous kingpin did snitch, but for the most part, there was only one.
But y'all had some honorable men out there too, though. So
oh yeah, shout out Wayne Perry, most definitely, and that's not even getting into like the Baltimore cats that a lot of The Wire was based on. You watched The Wire?
Yeah, Bodymore Murderland. Yeah, no, I'm good with The Wire.
You know my man that played the pastor, what was a real big heroin deal, Lil Melvin. You should look him up.
Yeah. They're okay, like Melvin Farmer or something, right?
I know Lil Melvin.
Okay.
I'm from Maryland, outside of DC, so I'd hear cats talk about him. They wouldn't be saying like his name and shit. They just be like Lil Melvin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think he was on American Gangster back in the day on BET.
Probably so. It wouldn't surprise me. Shit, I mean, man, we getting way off base, but like it seemed like now they scraping the bottom of the barrel for the people that they be putting. I be feeling like I done did more shit than some of them motherfuckers they got on there now.
Yeah, I ain't did nothing. I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. That being said, man, when you how do you put a record like Feelings together? Because I bet a lot of people don't understand your role. Like I can dig it, because like I can tell just by like let's say the album with Blac Youngsta and Mozzy, or how your visuals look. Like there's definitely artistry to everything you do, but for like someone who couldn't see that, how would you explain it?
Well, yeah, like I'm the head A&R over at CMG, so that's Yo Gotti's label, and they got EST Gee, Money Bag, Blac Youngsta, 42 Doug, Block Boy JB, the list go on. So
right.
EST Gee, that's family. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk daily just about his music. You know what I'm saying? So, I called in my favor. I asked G to jump on the record because I felt like that record, it's from the 80s. It's from the West Coast. It's the original is Everlasting Bass by Rodney O and Joe Cool. So it's like, that was the epitome of like our OGs who was getting money back in the day, who dressed sharp, who money, cars, and girls. You know what I'm saying? So to me, G still give off that essence of like that rapper who lived what he rapping about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I definitely wanted G on there. And then once he did it, I was trying to think like, who the fuck could stand next to G? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to just pure rapping and getting money and lifestyle. And I just sent Rick Ross a DM. And like a day later, he sent me his verse back. You know what I'm saying? So that's really how I came up with that whole song.
Man, when y'all sitting, again about with the Paid in Full reenactment, when y'all sitting at the table, I couldn't help but notice like the high quality of clothing. How much would you estimate all three outfits put together cost, including jewelry?
Jewelry, I mean, I'm just sure jewelry.
I know y'all had to hit seven figures. Because I was looking at that table, I was like, damn, they said that's like an NBA contract right there.
Yeah, I think jewelry alone, we might have hit over an M, you know what I'm saying? But clothes wise, you know, we try to keep it street but elegant. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying homage to the airbrush hoodie shit. So, you know, one of the local homies out in Oakland, I had him design that. But you know, the pants and shoes, I guess, you know, it was a couple of dollars. We ain't gonna brag. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel you, but I mean, it ain't bragging because like I said, like what I know it's about your artistry overall. Like you clearly have a keen eye for design, which is probably, you know, part of like why you're the head A&R. You know things of that nature is I feel like they should be talents worth celebrated as opposed to like you know I feel like I can put an outfit together. You know that like I shouldn't have to be bashful about that shit.
You're right. You're right. I'm gonna talk my shit. You encouraging me to talk my shit, man.
Because I mean, it's plenty of cats that either that don't know how to dress, or the only way they know how to dress is like, you know, I mean, like Gucci shoes is kind of like Jordans. I mean, how hard is it to match some red and green shit or some red and black and white shit? You know what I'm saying? But like a motherfucker that's fly can be fly off $10.
Yeah, yeah, nah, you know, we had some custom pieces in there. Shout out to Exclusive Game. You know what I'm saying? I think we all might have had some exclusive game on at some point in the video. So, you know, we made sure it was custom and one of a kind.
And you know, since you're dealing with a Memphis-based label and you're signed to Def Jam, I'm sure you're going to New York and all that stuff, and you be going around the country. But like obviously everything about you, you know, stays true to the Bay. What are some of the things you've seen, like fashion-wise, or maybe even like shit to eat or anything, you know, in your travels that you brought back to the Bay, like you started incorporated as part of your?
I mean, you know, I was always kind of well versed. You know, I actually went to college in Atlanta, so I kind of been well versed with different regions and different people. I think probably like the people in Oakland say I brought back some of this Memphis accent shit, but I don't really hear it. But you know what I'm saying? I'm around them dudes a lot, so
Yeah.
they might say that I got a little accent to me now. But you know, I Oakland, man, we proud of where we from. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think that, you know, for me, I think I influenced a lot of people around me with just Oakland shit. You know what I'm saying? You might catch Gotti talking how I might say a word or two. You know what I'm saying? You might catch, you know what I'm saying, some of the homies, you know, wearing something or doing something. You know what I'm saying? Like Oakland, we kind of represent well, so to where.
Nah, you do, bro. Like I've been a big fan of Oakland all the way back to like I mean, shit, definitely Mac Dre, but like, you know, like Yuck Mouth and the Loonies. And I always felt what I really liked about Oakland is like DC. Like I ain't gonna say no specific cities, but a lot of cities on the East Coast, or at least the North Atlantic, they all try to be like New York. You know, but we had our own shit. And I liked how Oakland had all them big cities around it, but they ain't try to be like Los Angeles. Like I ain't gonna say that no other city in the Bay Area did, but you know, some cities, you know, they try to be LA.
Yeah, the Bay is the Bay. Like California, we all as one, but California should be two different kinds, you know, states. You know what I'm saying? Like LA is LA and the Bay is the Bay. We talk different, our culture is different, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's family, you know what I'm saying? California is one, but the Bay, yeah, we definitely got our own shit, you know what I'm saying?
You know, since we talking about that, for those, you know, a lot of America first got aware of like the Bay culture, you know, like I guess it's around 2006 when Lil Jon and Too Short, I mean, E40 and Too Short signed with Lil Jon. What's changed since then that like the overall culture might not be aware of?
Yeah, I mean,
like y'all still ghost riding the whip and all that type shit.
I mean, you know, that was the Hyphy movement, and you know, they put extra on it to make it a movement. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
You know, me, I'm originally from the original Hyphy movement. You know what I'm saying? Like Keep the Sneak. You know what I'm saying? Like that's who created the word Hyphy. That's who created the attitude of Hyphy. You know, Hyphy used to just be if you was acting wild. It could be you yelling at somebody across the street, and we were like, "Damn, bro, over there, Hyphy." You know what I'm saying? Like, so I come from that era of Oakland. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of, you know, it grew up, like we grew up. So it's a new generation of Oakland kids and San Francisco kids and Richmond kids, and they creating their own mark. You know what I'm saying? It could be influenced by some other places, but it still got some Oakland to it right now.
Who you think Mac Dre is the best unknown Oakland rapper nationwide?
Well, Dre from Vallejo. He was born in Oakland, but he represents Vallejo, the Crest.
Okay, let's say Bay Area then.
Yeah. Me personally, I'm gonna say my big brother, the Jacker. You know what I'm saying?
Ah,
Like,
yeah, that's a, yeah, the the
Jack
jacket
is
is
like,
nice as shit.
yeah, Jack was my big brother, and I think he deserved his shot. And Mac Dre as well, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Jacker for me.
Nah, I can dig that. I could definitely dig that. And you know, I'm very hip to you as a musician and all that, but I gotta confess, I'm not too hip to your DJ story. So can you tell me about your DJing career?
Yeah, I started DJing. I actually kind of was forced. Back doing interning over at the radio station out here at KMEL. After the shows, I would go like just play around on the turntables and fake scratching and whatever whatever you doing to imitate a DJ.
You said KMEL? That's like a legendary station, right?
Yeah, that's our biggest station. Yeah,
Got you.
so
Is,
I
is that
would,
is that where Sway was at?
yep, Sway. Yeah. Sway, that's our legend from Oakland, Sway.
Got you.
But yeah, I would just imitate DJing and playing around, on the phone, trying to act like I'm DJing. And our legendary DJ, Chewy Gomez and My Emotion, they told me, if you're gonna do it, you gotta go in there 45 minutes after every show and practice and learn it. Learn how to mix, learn about BPMs, learn about, you know what I'm saying, how to scratch, learn why you would play this song, tell a story. And over the time, I just kept practicing after every show. Then they start sending me out to do gigs. And I've been DJing for probably like maybe 10, 12 years now, maybe a little longer, 14, 15 years.
I had the impression you was like a host type DJ.
Nah, I was actually DJing. I did on air personality, you know what I'm saying, for the radio.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say you was actually DJing, but I ain't want to offend nobody. You know what I mean? But
Nah,
yeah,
you're
like,
good.
I consider that more of a skill, as
Yeah.
opposed to like on air personalities, like a talent that gets honed. I mean,
Yes.
I guess that's just semantic and shit.
Yeah, I was interning, but at the same time, I didn't look at myself as an intern. I respected myself as something more than an intern. So gradually, my
As you should.
mentor, Chewy Gomez, he's equivalent to the morning show.
I'm hip.
Yeah. So that's my mentor, and he would just be like, "Get on the mic." So for maybe like a year or two, I was just Dame the intern. That's what my personality name was. And then I gradually, it was, they start calling me by my actual nickname, DaBoyDame. So I was on the morning show with Chewy Gomez for maybe about 4 or 5 years.
Hey, you gotta be a soldier before you can be a general, right?
Definitely pay my dues for sure.
Okay, so since you an actual DJ and you about to drop an album on Def Jam, congratulations on that. I mean, that's just like a dream come true. That's like making it to the NBA to me.
Yeah, for real, like the Lakers or the Celtics just signed me now. That's a legendary label.
So how much scratching gonna be on your album, man? You putting out a Def Jam jam, you're not a DJ. You got at least hit something.
I actually do got like a record on there where we use it as a transition, and we're using some samples in there. I definitely, I wanted to give DJs the opportunity to do their own thing on my records. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want them to be creative. I want them to scratch. I want them to find different pockets of where they could get off on rather than me doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to keep everybody involved. So it's 1 or 2 records on my project where I get off, but overall it's going to be just clean records to where DJs could get their own shit off if they wanted to.
Hey, I'm all about that, man. I wish there was more scratching in hip hop and more piano. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of all-time classic songs with piano or keyboard in them, and I just feel like it ain't enough. But that might just be me though. I don't know.
Nah, some good musicianship ain't never heard a record.
Shit, I mean, I know because I see you brought Lunch Money Lewis to that Mozzy and Blac Youngsta album that you released.
Lunch Money, my
album.
brother, man. Lunch Money is one of the dudes who actually inspired me to start writing music. So
really, how so? How'd you met him through the radio station or something?
No, I met him through Yo Gotti, you know what I'm saying? And like other artists we was working with, and he would like, he'd do a hook or something like that. And he actually like would ask me my opinion or if I got something. And if I had an idea, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna try that." You know what I'm saying? So he kind of like built my confidence up in becoming like a writer, an artist, anything in that matter. You know what I'm saying? Plus, you hear him on all the commercials, that bank commercial every day. So lunch definitely inspired me to go get this writing check. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, bro. I'm a huge Lunch Money Lewis fan. You know, I mean, please anybody check out the episode we did with Lunch Money Lewis. But the musicality, I mean, you know, the word genius gets tossed around a little too freely, but I think that man truly is a musical genius.
Yeah. Now Lunch is my guy. Like I send him new shit every time I even think about doing an idea. You know what I'm saying?
You know, speaking of your guy and then Def Jam, you know, like I got the publicity package and man, that's hey, that shit is super official. But it has like a list of people you were co-signed by, and I saw a Juvenile name on there. So I was curious how you know Juvie, and then what's your relationship with his music? Like you listen to a lot of it. You a big Juvie fan?
Man, Juvie's, I literally call Juvie my big brother. You know what I'm saying? Like his wife is my big sis. His son is my brother. Like he hang out with my mom when he come out here to the Bay. They take her to dinner. Like I think I had Juvie at my birthday party. Like I grew up on Juvenile first and foremost. Like
Oh, that's what's up.
Oakland really like we took a heat into Cash Money. You know what I'm saying? So
We
like,
did in DC too. So that's what I'm saying, bro. Oakland and DC was so similar. Like that's why we love Young Mouth so much, you know.
yeah, nah, dope. Yeah, so you know, 400 Degrees, I think is the greatest rap album of all time. And
So hold on, I gotta ask now. So you got it over Guerrilla Warfare? Let's say if you just took Juvie parts off Guerrilla Warfare, because I mean, man, that shit, man, Juvie on Guerrilla Warfare is hard as fuck.
you know, I'm 400 Degrees was like an education for me. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like
true.
they told me shit that like I either wouldn't figure it out or I tried to do. You know what I'm saying? So later in life, when I grew up and as doing the radio shit, I did a party with Juvie. I did a concert with Juvie and Manny. It was like their first show since Cash Money out here.
Damn,
And
that must have been something.
yeah, Juve just took a liking to me. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you little bruh. And probably for like maybe the last 10, 12 years, like, you know what I'm saying? His birthday was actually, 2 days ago. So happy birthday to my big bro. But now Juvie is my favorite rapper. He's my big brother. I'm trying to get him to do verses against anybody. Like I stand on big bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. And free BG.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know you from a hole in the wall before this conversation, but I can see how that could happen. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you seem to me to be the type of person that's genuinely happy when people succeed. And I noticed that people with good energy gravitate towards people like that. Like I bet you got a lot of without even, I don't know anybody you chill with or none of that shit except for Juvenile now, and I guess you know, people on CMG. But like I bet you got like some positive ass charismatic people around you.
Yeah, nah, I just believe in being happy for people. That's how I come back to you 100 times.
So am I correct in my assessment?
Yeah. Nah, I'm a cool guy, man. I like to see. I work for mine, so I love to see other people who had to work for theirs. And you know what I'm saying. I'm a root for whoever stayed real in the process.
Hey, bro, I don't know if you be watching your interviews because you know you probably did 1,000 of them by now. But if you watch this interview, when you're talking about other people, you actually look like when you was talking about Lunch Money, you actually look happier than when you was talking about yourself.
Yeah, nah, I'll be happy for my people. I'm happy for myself, but I'm double happy for my people, man.
Hey, so which of your people are you happy for that's gonna be on your album that we don't know about yet?
I mean, outside of the whole CMG, I think we the champions right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for Gotti overall. Like I was there from Act Right to when they didn't believe he could do something to now he the biggest CEO in the rap game. So I'm truly happy for my big homie.
Rake it up.
I'm happy for my hometown homegirl, Sweetie. You know what I'm saying? Like to watch what she became. I'm truly happy for her. My little homegirl, Dej Loaf on there. Like I'm forever happy for her. Like we started together in her journey. Happy for her. My new artist, Paris. I'm happy for her. She on some big records and she out rapping a lot of these people on these records. And I'm just happy. I'm happy for the producers from home. I'm happy for anybody who made my project. You know what I'm saying? Like they helped me make a masterpiece. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it, bro. Last thing before we get your socials, and please do me a favor, stay on for a second after the after we're done recording. But
So,
there's like a million different definitions of an A&R.
yeah.
What exact? I mean, I kind of got a feeling you probably do all of it, but I'm curious. Do you A&R projects?
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about like post release. I'm talking about like, I feel like some of the truly great A&Rs are like involved in the creation of the process, including the creative process, even if it's like deciding what's the single or I guess sequencing isn't as important as it used to be, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, nah, man. Like I said, I was blessed with this last Yo Gotti CM10 album. You know, he named me executive producer over that whole project, and that was a double disc. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh, you was the EP? Damn, you put your foot in it. Good job.
no, I appreciate that. So, I'm more of a creative A&R. I think it's different type of A&Rs. You know what I'm saying? I think you got your lifestyle A&Rs who are gonna get you in all the parties and get you in front of everybody. You got your booking A&Rs who gonna make sure you following all your budgets and shit. And then you got your
Talent scouts.
yeah, you got your creatives who like go outside and find new artists and make a project from 0 to 100. So I'm definitely a creative. Like I'm finding the beat. I might help you with a hook. I might, you know what I'm saying, find a feature for you. Suggest like I'm sequencing, I'm artwork, everything. You know what I'm saying?
Word. That's why, man, at the beginning by this man's the plug. Everybody make sure y'all go check out Feelings. The song is available on all digital streaming platforms. The video just dropped today with Rick Ross and EST Gee. DaBoyDame, thank you for your time. And before you got here, what's your socials and what's the best place for them to hear you and your music?
Yeah, man, it's DaBoyDame, man. Y'all can follow me on all the platforms. I was about to say MySpace. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook is all DaBoyDame. DaBoydame. I represent Play Too Much, my own label. I represent CMG, and now I represent Def Jam Records. And yeah, man, my new single Feelings is out now, featuring EST Gee and Rick Ross.
Man, that's what's up, man. Thank you for your time, brother.
Yes, sir.